Franco, you guys have been going on about for the whole season. In fact, since you started, that's one of the most important things is for a team to learn. What did you guys learn on a tough tour to New Zealand?
Yeah, I think, well, I've learned a lot again from a coaching perspective, but I think the main thing for us is to maintain the intensity at what the game's been played. I think the 5 games, or I know that the 5 games against the New Zealand side especially, we benefited a lot from. The way the intensity of the game has risen has asked bigger questions from us physically, and we really had to work hard. And I think this reset period that we just underwent was important in that effect. So from a technical point of view, obviously I think ball retention in your first phase possession is always carries an enormous amount of weight, but also to be sustainable in defense, and I think that's always going to be a challenge. While you're in a physical growth environment, we're still trying to develop our athletes, and I believe every game this year where we were physically in it, we actually did very well. So we'll have to keep on working hard at our physical development and applying it in the games. So I think that was the main thing on tour. I believe the conditions there completely different than what we used to. So also from that point of view, it was important for us to learn how to adapt to a little bit of wet weather.
Needless to say, a lot of injuries this week for you guys. Not all of them are new, but was there a lot of rethinking that had to go into your team selection this week?
No, we worked the whole year with a bunch of guys. We always said, and I think we've invested in a lot of players, not only time but also a lot of effort, and you got to back the system. We've been disrupted before, but then again, I believe in the whole squad. I believe the way forward is by developing as much players as you can in every position, and everybody in South Africa is moving in a new direction. So why not the players that's playing for us? So not too worried about it. Obviously, a little bit disappointed in 1 or 2 of them, but still, I think we put the best available side out there, and we're gonna, play with that same spirit, and can just touch on that cancer spirit that we just experienced now, and in the beautiful press release. I believe, we are fighters, and every player that gives a chance out there will have to prove that, and they have proven it. So we had one not so good game this whole year, and it was against the Stormers. All of the others, I was reasonably satisfied with what we did. So we have obviously our different objectives. Doesn't matter who played.
Praat van daai game in die Stormers, Frank, ek en Frans wat ek voor die week al gepraat het hier ook. Wat het intussen verander van daai Cheetahs span tot die Cheetahs span nou?
Ja, eerste ding is ons praat nie oor daai game nie. Alright, so natuurlijk daar baie van. Ek dink die 5 daai dit was heel in die begin van die kompetisie. Dit vat altyd so 6 weke in die kompetisie om fisies aan te pas na die intensiteit toe. Dit was die laaste wedstryd in die eerste ronde. Ons het 'n breek gehad net na dit. Ek dink ons het 'n moeilike periode gekom, Argentinië toe getravel, en ons het na 5 wedstryde voor dit het ons baie naby aan die einde van die wedstryd of moes wen of net verloor. So ek dink daar was 'n bietjie van 'n fisiese en psigiese tekortkoming in daai wedstryd, en ek dink ook hulle was baie goed op die dag. Hulle wat in 'n periode daar gespeel wat hulle, het moes tip vir hulle vir die manier hulle gespeel het. So ja, heeltemal 'n ander omstandigheid. Nou ons het 5 wedstryde in New Zealand se span agter die rug. Ons moes in baie wedstryde en op toer veg teen die odds in, en ek dink dit het ons geleer, ek dink dis een wat ek by die Vrystaat wat ek van die Vrystaat waardeer. Jy moet elke week die heel beste plan maak en adapt na die volgende ding toe om competitive te wees die week daarna. En so die belangrike ding is ons het al daai lessies wat ons geleer het, en ook uit die aard van die saak die fisiese lessies rondom die intensiteit van die game, die manier ons geoefen het, kon aanpas. En ek dink, spelers nou is in die execution fase, in die laaste gedeelte van die kompetisie. wat 'n heel 'n nuwe approach is van wat ons daai tyd gehad het, waar die grootste gedeelte van die kompetisie nog voor jou uitgestrek het.
Lekker om vir 'n nuwe weer terug te Franco, en dan ook wat is die idee om liever met Clinton te begin as met Willa?
Omdat Clinton die vorige wedstryd al gespeel het en ons baie goed gespeel het. Daar was nie 'n rede gewees om die span te disrupt. Hy's klaar disrupt met die 3 weke breek of 4 weke breek. So geen rede gewees om die span verder te disrupt nie, so gou as moontlik terug in die routine en dit wat ons gedoen het, en jy sal sien sover as wat moontlik was dat ek by die span gebly wat in die Sunwolves goed gespeel het.
So as the guys in the camp are already talking about the playoffs, although there's still 3 games to go in the competition before reaching that stage. So there is a lot more pressure on them this week, and a lot of less on you guys, although you guys do want to go out with banks, so that counts in your favour for this week.
Yes, but I still think they want to gain momentum going into playoffs. It's a very important game for us. We're also stepping into a new stage of Free State rugby. So, if we go onto the field, we'll always give our best, and we're not focusing on them. We're just focusing on our plans. We want to be better, and I think the squad after this rest it's got a new vibe, and everybody's just keen to go out there and play.
And Ox, one of the stand-up players this season, do you think he's learned quite a bit of the national setup for the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a way different setup, but I think Oxy has always stood out, but Super Rugby is a different challenge again, and he needs to go out there and put on that same performance. It's a bit different against the Stormers side, but he's been playing good rugby, and I'm excited to see him play.
Franco, was there any temptation in perhaps starting Opa this week?
Obviously, Opa recovered, still had to go through his protocol this week, and that disrupted a little bit our preparation. Especially we came back off a 3-week break. It was to pick up all the threads was a big thing for me, and there's a lot of detail that goes into a match week, and Opa couldn't take part in all of that. So I decided obviously we need him as a leader amongst us, and also as a Springbok. So the train of thought was to keep him involved as much as we can, but the fact that he couldn't do all the prep up to the same level as all the other guys, led me to leave him on the bench.
Frans, van verlede week was verlede week 'n bietjie voor dit was jy en van die manne nog saam in een span, hulle sê dit teen mekaar. Speel julle hierdie game met die oog op moontlike plekke vorentoe die boksman? Frank kan dit eintlik ook antwoord as hy wil.
Dit gaan nooit oor die individu nie, dit gaan oor as die span goed doen die speler goed, so ons fokus is glad nie op nasionale vlak nie. Dit wat moet gebeur sal gebeur, en of ek nou saam met hulle in 'n groep was of nie, dit is nog steeds Stormers teen die Cheetahs, dit is nie Springbokke teen mekaar nie.